It's Thursday, May the 13th, and you're tuned in to the TNIAB podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show. We talk about all the cool things in the whole wide world. You know, Anthony, I'm pretty happy.
Why?
Because fake spring is over.
You know what? Yeah, true fact.
Fake spring and winter's return is over. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we are now in
true spring.
True spring. For the next 8 days, we can enjoy true spring
until it becomes hot summer.
No, then it becomes muddy season.
True.
And then it becomes unbearable heat. So I'm gonna enjoy the next 8 days.
Yeah, you know what? I probably should start enjoying these next 8 days. Probably get on the bike or do something.
You should probably do something.
Yeah.
Something. It's good for your mental health, or apparently that's what they tell me at work.
That's what all these these webinars are telling me.
Yeah, you know what? I had a meeting today, like a full team meeting. So
yes.
Or whatever. There's like 22 of us, and I guess I just missed the memo, but usually we do these over like video call, right?
Yes.
And they're like, for this meeting, they put it in our Teams chat, which I obviously ignore, so I didn't read it.
Yes.
It said, phones only, no cameras, go outside, have the meeting, do something active. So
you're just talking to people on your phone?
Yep. Like a phone call, like a phone conference.
Okay.
For an hour. So that was the rule. I didn't get this. So I showed up with my camera on. Everyone called in. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And then all I hear is like a whole bunch of kids in the background, like, mommy, I fell off my bike and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I thought, like, are we just openly okay now to just fuck around on these calls? Because that's what we're all usually doing anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know what I did?
Played Apex?
I went and played Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
That's what I did. And I hit mute, and I switched the chat mixer so that my call was the less dominant one.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was a great afternoon.
Employee of the year over here.
That's me. But yes, go outside, mental health or something like that. I think it is Mental Health Awareness Week. Maybe that was last week.
Sure.
I don't know. I think maybe, I don't know.
You know what? There's too many like national, global.
I also want to say that I think this month is like Asian Heritage Month, but I don't know for certain. I have no idea.
Is that a month now?
It must be, right? Because it can't just be like. It's gotta you gotta have every month is something.
Where's White Heritage Month, bro? The fuck? No,
it's all the other months, man. It's all the other months, man. We still got them. But speaking of culture,
please tell me this is going to hentai or else.
No, last week we had a call about like not a call. We had a listener write in because they wanted professional advice on Italian cuisine.
Yes.
I'm here to give you the professional advice.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. This is not endorsed by Italiano Nation on the other side of this table.
The Italian expert here.
Fuck you.
Made pizza. And you know, what do you need? What is the definition of a pizza? Pasta, pizza sauce, cheese. That is a pizza.
Pasta?
Sorry,
you're putting pasta.
Dough.
Pizza dough.
Pizza dough.
Yes.
Tomato sauce.
Yes.
And cheese.
That's American pizza, but sure.
Okay, fine. We can turn around. Wait, are you saying you're having pizza without cheese?
I'm saying in Italy that's not very normal.
Okay, fine. So you're right, it's not, because in real Italian culture, you know, we put on that shit.
I swear to God.
Fucking corn.
Oh my God! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sweet, creamy corn. Gives that nice sweet taste. You know, if you found like pineapple was a bit too citrusy, the corn is great. And for a little bit of extra flavor, you could throw in some crab legs and then drench the whole thing with cheese. Call it a day. Italian pizza, let me tell you.
I'm like physically sick right now.
Yeah, it's great
hearing this because it's so disgusting.
It was great. It was exclusive to homemade Italian kitchens.
No, it was exclusive to fucking African-born Chinese people, I assume.
What are you talking about? I have no idea.
You know who I'm talking about.
No,
you know who I'm talking about.
Anyways, so there you go. I believe
This is the cultural appropriation.
For all you who wanted dinner plans,
This is where I get my
wanted
comeuppance.
Italian food. There you go. There's another
fucking
day crossed off your list.
Disgusting.
Check it out.
I tolerate pineapple on pizza. Listen.
So you got problems with Hawaiians now?
Listen, I got no problem with Hawaiian pizza.
Wow.
If you're gonna go Hawaiian pizza, you gotta get the fixins, right? You gotta get the pineapple.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me like, hey, I got Brooklyn pepperoni
Yeah.
with a little bit of pineapple sprinkled on it, we're gonna have a fucking problem.
Why?
Because it's sullying the nature, the purity of the pizza.
You know, Brooklyn, like a New York Brooklyn,
like a thin crust Brooklyn pepperoni pizza.
Oh man, that sounds so good with pineapples.
I fucking hate you. Oh my god, this is. This is.
That sounds wonderful.
This is not good.
That is amazing.
I think I'm gonna have to call up Germany soon. Hey, remember that thing we did a couple years ago? We gotta start this over again.
Yes, it's great. So, anyways, we have a pretty light show, but it's okay.
Not all that happened this week.
You know what? We'll start things off with a question to chew on. Paul Chew writes in. Firstly, I do want to clarify one thing with my whole waifu versus best girl question last week.
We called him out on it.
Paul's coming back.
We canceled him.
I am totally in agreement that they should be the same. They always are for me. I thought it an interesting question as my nephews made the distinction when they watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. They said their best girl was Lieutenant Riza Hawkeye.
Okay.
I agree with that. That's what he says. Really? You think Hawkeye's... Get out of here.
Hawkeye's not.
Get out of here.
He established.
But their waifu, because she's the one you marry, was Winry.
Again, wrong.
No. No.
What's wrong? What's going on?
No. What would your waifu say to you if you're like, yeah, but that's my best girl?
Listen, this is like the distinction I gotta make, right? If you love ABGs,
yeah,
you gotta marry the ABG. That's how it's gotta work, man.
Okay. He continues. I couldn't argue with their choices when taken independently, but it was definitely the first time I've come across two choices from the same anime. Maybe it's a generational thing as they are still in college and I'm ... old. Now, listen, when you're in college, you're old enough to make the distinction of waifu versus...
That's them trying to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, bro, it ain't a generational thing. It's just...
it's greed.
Unfortunately, they're uneducated.
Yeah.
And they're not getting their money's worth in college. So, I mean, Jesus, what are they paying all that money for? Get learned. Anyway, my question this week. For some strange and unknown reason, my YouTube feed has been suggesting old TNIAB videos for me to watch.
Ooh.
Particularly good were the TNIAB pre-show episodes where you guys gave your room tours 9 years ago.
Man, I deleted mine.
My question for you guys, how have your rooms changed in these 9 years? Are you different or in different houses entirely? Have your habits changed, or do you just have more of the same? What does he mean by habits?
Like, have your collecting habits changed?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Have your display habits changed?
Sure.
Have your taste in collections changed?
Sure.
Where we live, Paul, I'm going to let you in a little secret here. It's one of the most expensive places to live in the world. So, unfortunately...
Doesn't look like it though.
We're in the. It does not look like it.
It does not look like it.
It's all those.
It looks
all those foreign dollars.
It looks like the most basic ass bitch suburban area in the world.
It does.
It does not it's not flooded with mansions. It's just expensive as fuck.
And there's plenty of reasons. This is another conversation. That's the case. But yeah, unfortunately, we are in our same position as we are 9 years ago. I would say.
Yeah, more or less.
Changed more, if we've changed a little bit here and there, more or less.
I mean, my room is different.
Your room is different.
Yeah,
but
the
household is the same.
Yeah, the household is definitely the same. The circumstances of the household have changed.
Yes.
So I have a lot. I have exponentially more crap now.
Yeah. But you also have exponentially more space now.
I have exponentially more resources to
Get that crap.
And display that crap.
Which is a good thing.
So it depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's basically where I'm at.
All right.
Yeah.
Mine's the opposite.
Oh no.
You
went to the reno, right?
Yeah, we got my area had as a reno, and now I have significantly less space to display my stuff or have my stuff. So a lot of my stuff is now in boxes.
Yeah.
Like I went to Canadian Tire, and I just bought like a bunch of heavy duty storage bins.
Yeah.
And I have like storage bins stacked 3 on top of each other of just games and other shit. And I have like a couple things out where I do all my stuff, but definitely not as much as I did before. Not everything is on display like the fucking gaming library it was.
Yeah.
But as in terms of collection habits, I'd say I'm actually like buying less games now at full price just because I do have less time.
Would you say you're buying less games in total though? Because I don't care about the price. If the quantity's still the quantity.
I would.
Okay.
I would still say it is a lot in comparison to the average person.
Okay.
Like it is much more than the average person.
Yeah.
But I think that goes to show how much I was buying beforehand.
Yeah.
Like beforehand, I would make weekly trips down to like I had a ring of used shops in our city that I would drive around to like check in the new stock. And I'd probably come back with like 5 or 6 games minimum.
Weird.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And now I have like a lot of the older stuff. It's like I either have it, it's too expensive for me to warrant buying it, or it's not expensive, but it's just hard to get. Like there's a side game of Time Crisis I need called Crisis Zone on the PS1.
Yeah.
And like, or not Crisis Zone, Project Titan on the PS1. It's not expensive. On eBay, it's like $30.
Okay.
But I just haven't bit the bullet on eBay. I've just been trying to find it locally eventually, and I just haven't. And stuff like that. So I think my collecting has gone down, though. Limited run hasn't been helping with that.
I was gonna ask, like, if because the situation you have described, what are you actually buying then?
Usually I'm either buying something new, which I'm excited for, like the Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Okay.
Or something like that. Or I'm buying something that I would have bought digitally anyways, but like collector sites have made a physical version of it.
That's where limited run comes in.
Yeah, that's where limited run comes in. That's where special reserve comes in. Or you hit up Play Asia, and you get the Asia version of the physical game that has the English version of the game on it.
Yeah.
So you have the physical copy.
Right. So I
So
still got to do that for a lot of Super Robot Wars.
Me and Pam have been. Have you watched their fucking Play Asia VTuber shit?
Who?
Play Asia has a VTuber now.
No way.
They have a mascot named Pam.
What?
I think it's Play Asia mascot.
Really?
Yeah, and they have like VTuber live streams and shit.
It's That's wild.
It's so crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, me and Play Asia and me and those like kind of websites have been pretty close lately.
Cool.
Though actually the one thing I've been doing now is because I'm not buying as many games is I've replaced it with like a less expensive gaming hobby, which is like I've been getting into the like peripheral technology portion of video games, where it's like, oh yeah, I want like that Game Boy, the analog pocket, right? Yeah. But there's like upscalers. So I bought Hyperkin cables, which is a company that makes upscaling cables for different systems, and I bought Hyperkin cables for the PSP. So I could play fucking Metal Gear Acid at 720p. Wow.
No.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at like there's a new replacement for the FrameMeister, which is a line doubler, which like makes your games go from SD to HD through this conversion box. And I'm like, 300 American, I could swing that.
Jesus.
I could swing that. I could, if I want to play Monkey Ball at 1080p, I could do that.
Wow. Okay.
I could play Tony Hawk's Underground at 1080p. Let's go.
This is wild. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. But think about all the money I'm not spending.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I can't argue with that. Yeah, no, I don't have any more comments to add. I think it's more or less the same sort of stuff. Just
I've definitely stopped collecting figures.
You know what? I guess I would say, yeah, I've probably toned down on that. I can't remember the last time something came in.
The last, I get is it? Do you count model kits as being figures?
Yes.
Okay, so the last figure I bought was last birthday. I bought a model kit Arale.
Yeah.
For my birthday, a little present to myself.
Yeah.
And I still haven't built it. So I just like I have not bought anything else. I'm like until I put all the stickers on my real grade Sazabi and until I build that Arale, I'm not buying anything else. And I've been pretty steadfast on it.
Yeah. I would say like, in terms of like collecting and like figures and toys and stuff, I don't want to say I've pumped the brakes, but I've definitely slowed down significantly.
You're not getting those daily packages anymore from Ami.
No. But that's not to say I'm still not. You know what? It's just I've moved that spending resource to something else, right?
Yeah, true.
That's
you did buy a big ass TV.
Yeah,
you got a PS5.
Yeah,
you're gonna buy a racing wheel that doesn't have a drink button.
Yeah, and then I got like in the past 9 years, like I got super into cycling, so like a lot of those funds went there.
Yeah, that's just a waste though.
I built this PC, right?
Good choice.
Yeah, so just a lot of different things. So I actually haven't been to Blaven's in years. Do you know what his room looks like now?
He like offloaded a ton of shit.
Because I know,
and I took it.
I'm pretty sure they still live there, right?
Yeah.
He still lives there with his brother.
Yeah, with his brother. I think his dad's back now.
Okay.
So
yeah. But I don't know what it looks like. I think I've seen like a couple pictures here and there.
Yeah, he's cut down significantly on because he used to be a big comic guy. Yeah. All of his MTG shit. Now all the card games he plays are all online, so it's all digital. He gave me a bunch of comics that he didn't want. He just offloaded a bunch of games he didn't want either. Like he's like, "Hey, you want my special edition of Demon Souls?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do. Give me that guide, baby."
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just been trying to get out of the physical asset game at least while he's still living there, and then once he gets his own place, he'll probably go back.
You think so?
We'll see. We'll see how disciplined he is. He's all about that discipline, you know.
Cool.
Nobody at him at this episode because we're talking shit about him.
He'll find out.
He'll find out.
Anyways, those are it for the questions. So thank you for writing in, sir. Let's move on to our picks of the week. Let's start things off with a movie trailer.
Oh, this one, yes.
Remember that Venom movie?
I like that movie. It's pretty good.
With Bane?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Turns out they're making a sequel.
I'm so fucking shocked that they're making a sequel to
And
this.
it's got Carnage.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But Carnage is played by Woody Harrelson.
The guy from Zombieland.
Sure. If that's where you know him from.
That's all I remember him from.
He's in a lot of shit.
He is.
Before I say
from such movies as Now You See Me, and Now You See Me Too.
Yeah, he's in that. He's in the Hunger Games. He's in a lot of old stuff. But I was surprised to see him as Cassidy. I think he's too fucking old.
I have no reference for what Cassidy is supposed to look like.
Cassidy's just like a psychotic white man.
Okay, all right. It could have been me.
Yeah, probably, to be honest. And he's red hair.
That could have been me.
Like he's. I think this. I don't know. I'm not. I have to see it in action, but I'm not quite into it. But otherwise, it looks like it's hard to really pass judgment on this trailer because it looks like much of what the first movie had, and I thought the first movie was pretty alright. It wasn't like stellar, but it wasn't awful. Like I watched it.
It was the most. Like how do I put this? I don't know. Something about it seemed very authentic. Like it seems like they were just like, all right, we're just gonna strictly pull from the comics, and there's like no movie flair or whatever.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. So the scale of it. Oh, maybe that's not it. Because like I don't know when I watch like Daredevil or The Punisher, something about the small scale of those stories make me think that they're sticking closer to the comic book than trying to make it some like grandiose multi-film film universe thing, and I really like that Venom was kind of like self-contained.
But that's how all the single movies are.
Are they?
Yeah.
There's still no like. There's no hints to other people in the Marvel universe in Venom. There was no like after credits stinger to like Venom will appear in whatever.
Yeah, because it's for legal reasons.
I guess. Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Because it's by Sony.
But they have Spider-Man.
In Venom?
No, but Spider-Man isn't
Yeah,
Spider-Man made by Sony?
Yeah, they lent them it.
Oh, they lent them Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It just felt more contained, and it just felt more focused on Venom rather than it being like this greater thing or like a stepping stone into a greater story. I don't know. I like that just small scale, even if it was for legal reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I understand your argument. I just don't know if what you're saying is you prefer street level superheroes versus cosmic.
Maybe because that's like I think I don't like the in between.
What's the in between?
The in between is like Iron Man.
Yes.
Right. Whereas
like
if
he
it
saves the world, but he's not going to space.
Yeah. If it's either I want Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, or I want the Punisher, or what? Like I want either I protect the one neighborhood, or I'm in space doing rad shit. I find that middle ground kind of boring.
Okay.
At least now I do, because at the time, like, there's episodes of the podcast where I was probably like, "Holy fuck, Iron Man 2's sick. He cuts a F1 car in half." Okay. Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. Looks all right. Maybe it's because I'm just a big Spider-Man fan. I like a part of me just can't accept these movies unless I see Peter Parker.
That's fair.
Right? Like
Does this get you excited for a possible like Venom and Carnage appear in a Spider-Man movie type of thing?
I would love it. Do I see it happening? No. But like at this point, the most exciting Venom news for me is like the idea that he would appear in the sequel to that Spider-Man game for the PS4.
That'd be cool.
Like that's all what I'm all about.
And you could play as him.
Sure. Or you get the black suit Spidey.
Ooh. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm hyped for. I mean, yeah, it looks cool. It's unfortunately it's the standard superhero trope where it's like, how come in every superhero movie the bad guy is just an evil version of our hero, right? And like it doesn't get any more than that with Venom and Carnage. Like
he's just an eviler version of the evil guy.
Yeah, right. And it's like because like you think about all the like movie like the first Iron Man, who was the villain? The other Iron Man,
the bigger Iron Man,
right? Yeah. So it's just like things like that.
Do you think that they kind of have to do that? Because it seems like it's a trope at this point. Like, do you think they have to do that they think they need to get the audience adjusted before they can go wild, or?
I don't know, because look, it's like I don't think there's ever been a Spider-Man movie, ironically, here now, where the villain has been just another Spider-Man.
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, but he's not Spider-Man.
He climbs walls.
Yeah, but he's totally different.
He's an animal.
Yeah, but the first Spider-Man's the Goblin.
Yeah.
Right? Like
he's Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, like yeah, and the Doc Ock comparison is the sequel, right? Yeah, and the first one for was it Holland? It was the Vulture?
Oh, it was. I forgot about it. That was the Vulture.
Yeah. Who's the first one in Andrew Garfield was it Scorpion? The Lizard.
He's basically the same. They're both science people.
Fucking with you right
They're
now.
both animals and science people.
Yeah, but like all I'm trying to say is it doesn't get any more like parallels with Venom and Carnage.
That's fair.
You know, if anything, like I think this movie would be way better pitched as like a good cop bad cop dramedy with Venom and Carnage.
That'd be cool.
That's what
Bad cop, badder cop.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I think that would be like like Bad Boys, but with Venom and Carnage.
Just eating people.
Yeah, like, I think I'd be down to watch that.
That sounds
movie.
Great.
Yeah.
Damn. Copyright that.
I know.
Copyright 2021. Don't steal our shit, Marvel. We'll fucking kill you.
Yeah. I think those are like that was the only major thing I saw this week.
All right. I have a couple, like I have nothing major, but I have a couple small ones.
Sure.
One is Sega Sammy, the corporation of Sega, the holdings company.
Oh, Sammy, right? Yeah.
Sega Sammy. They released some financial reports the other day.
Uh-oh.
Those are always fun. But my favorite one is in one of the financial reports. They're saying like how they can improve profits over like the coming years and whatever and blah blah blah. And one of their advantages, their strategic advantages,
Tell me.
is that they hold a large number of globally recognized IPs,
Sonic.
such as Sonic, the Total War franchise,
That's
Football
Sega?
Manager,
Football.
Persona,
What?
Yakuza, right? And so they're like, look at all these cool shit we have, but then they have another chart at the end that's just like, but remember, we have dormant IPs like Crazy Taxi, Space Channel 5, Jet Set Radio, House of the Dead, and now everyone's losing their mind. They're like, oh shit.
Oh wow, so Sega is fully aware
That they have all these fucking
Oh.
franchises that people love, and they're doing shit with them.
Oh man.
Right? And so everyone like on gaming forums are losing their fucking minds. They're like, oh shit, are they gonna have a fucking Nights sequel?
Oh,
it's
Nights
like,
into Dreams?
Nights into Dreams,
Oh.
baby. Yeah, like more like Nights straight into the garbage can because that game sucks.
Oh man.
Nights is trash.
What's wrong with you?
Nights is garbage.
Except that it's awesome.
more like Nights of the Nightmare.
Oh wow. Jeez.
Trash.
Is Panzer Dragoon Sega?
Panzer Dragoon is Sega, and it's also something they mention on here. So
Okay.
the example IPs they put on their financial report are Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Space Channel 5, Rez, Panzer Dragoon, Knights, Shinobi.
Oh my god, they were Shinobi.
Yeah. Virtua Fighter,
Ah.
which they're already doing the esports shit with the remake of 5.
Yeah, but let's be real. That's just netcode.
Bro, Akira, though.
Yeah, but I know you want VC6.
Yeah,
VF6.
true. I want
yeah.
VF6. That's
Yeah,
true.
VF6.
Altered Beast, House of the Dead, Soul Hackers.
Yeah,
etc.
right. Okay, now you're just pulling it.
No, it's on here.
No,
man.
I mean, like, Sega's pulling at
Soul
straws. Like, come on.
Hackers.
Like, that's not that big of a
Yeah,
franchise.
it's not. But it's cool because people are just like, oh shit, 2 years from now are we getting like Jet Set Radio Future HD remake? Hell yeah, let's go.
No.
That's what I'm waiting for, baby. But yeah, it's fun news. It's fun to speculate about this kind of stuff. And yeah, sometimes financial reports have fun stuff in it. E3 2021.
That's next month.
It's happening, baby. It's happening next month. Do you know how you're gonna watch it?
If it isn't on Twitch, I will be surprised.
It's through your apps, baby.
What?
So,
right, of course.
E3 has created the E3 app.
No. Okay, I gotta download.
I don't know if it's out now.
Okay.
But E3 is basically creating a one-stop shop either through your phone or through a web portal.
Yeah.
Where you'll have virtual booths and hosted
okay.
events. So if like anything is running at the same time, you'll have the E3 app, which then you can like pick whatever room you want, go into that, check out that stream, what's going on. I'm sure the people doing these E3 streams will also have like YouTube live streams and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is just a shout out to like, how am I gonna watch a fucking virtual E3? Like this is how. Just a little PSA. So check out on your app store, check out on the Android store, check out on the web for some E3 official apps. And that'll be the easiest way probably to check out all the stuff on the go.
Okay.
Sega, also another Sega game. They have announced a sequel to Judgment, the detective Yakuza game that came out a couple years ago and recently got a boost on the PS5.
Yes.
As they're calling it Lost Judgment.
Okay. Okay.
And so yeah, your favorite detective Yagami is back. He's got another crazy thing to be a detective on. Some more crime is happening. But the big thing about this game is that they are not going over to the turn-based RPG style of the latest Yakuza.
I heard the Yakuza is supposed to be that way going forward.
So mainline Yakuza games going forward are now turn-based, are now Dragon Quest.
Okay.
But they are still going to make offshoot games that will be character action type things like the old games.
I guess that makes sense considering that's what Judgment is now.
Yeah. And so it's nice to like people who didn't really like the turn-based RPG of Yakuza Like a Dragon, which why the fuck not? Because that shit's awesome. Will now get their ability to punch people in the face in real time. I guess. Yeah. But it looks like a really interesting trailer. The first game had it was a pretty tense, lawyered up story, and it had its own sense of goofiness, like all the Yakuza games do. But everyone knows it has my favorite special move of any game, kickflip on a skateboard into sidekick into the face.
Yeah, okay, I knew you were gonna bring that up because I remember when that first trailer came out. That's what you talked about. The trailer for Lost Judgment. I have to admit, the most uninteresting shit happened in this trailer.
Because it's all law.
Like it was just so like it looked like I was watching like a budget ass Japanese version of like
yeah, what are you
like,
talking? That's great.
of like Law and Order.
Hell
SVU.
yeah, that's what I'm into, baby.
And I'm just like, but that's fine if you're into that. But I know that this game is not that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know or at least the game.
That game is not that. If you ever veer in any direction from the story,
and like I just feel like I don't know why they make these like super serious trailers for like they even do this for the Yakuza games. Admittedly, the first trailer is always super serious, but I never know why because the reason people are into them are because they want the goofiness, because they want the ridiculousness. So I just don't know why they don't market it more that way. Like because now to me it sounds like if I watched this trailer and I was into that, and I bought it, I would be like, it was fucking bait and switch.
If it wasn't 100% serious all the time,
I think I would.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever, I guess like the only Yakuza fans I really see on the internet are like hardcore Yakuza fans, but a lot.
They're the only fans.
True, but the only like the main reason people like those games is because of the hard switch. Like if I want that goof,
so?
if I want that goof,
I guess
I can just go into the fucking guys wearing diapers side quest, right? But if I want to mainline the serious story about like honor and the broship, like I can stay there.
I don't know. It's weird because like every time you see someone talk about Yakuza, it's never about the serious stuff.
Yeah,
like it never is, right? It's always
and it's always people who like never played the game before, and they're like, "Bro, I punched this guy and money flew out."
Exactly, right? It's like, yo, you can go to hostess clubs in this game. It's like, yeah,
I can call a phone sex line in the 80s.
Exactly. Like it's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more unique franchises.
This is on PS5.
Yeah.
It's like ass.
I still think they're using recycled assets because in
like the named character models look right.
The named character models look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else?
Because the last game, Yakuza Like a Dragon, that came out modeled on the PS4.
Yeah.
So I think they're using assets from that but up-resed. So it's not true PS5 next gen.
Yeah.
Right? So they're probably going to do that maybe for the next Yakuza game. They'll be like, okay, we're focusing on PS5.
Yeah.
And then they can transfer those assets over. Because that's the one thing. The reason they can make so many of these types of games is because they set it in like 2 cities.
Yeah.
They've been using the same city of Kamurocho since the PS2.
They just keep updating?
And just keep updating and updating and updating. And that's why they can like pump out so many. Which is like, I'm not complaining. I like that city.
Fair
cool.
enough. Yeah, you're right. You know what? Because I feel like Judgment just came out, but apparently
it did not.
Yeah, it did not. In like 2 years.
Yeah, it's been like 2-3 years.
And now there's a sequel coming out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They crank them out.
Yeah.
And then the last one I got is Target.
Oh, yeah.
Target.
You should throw in Walmart into this too.
Oh, is it Walmart also?
And one more, but I forget. But it's definitely
Big box retailers.
Yeah.
Are no longer selling Pokemon cards.
What? But Anthony, why?
Because y'all dumb fucks are fighting each other at the stores.
I was reading these stories and I felt so bad because like they quoted headlines are like employees do not feel safe.
Yeah.
At work. I was like, that's awful.
Yeah, it's crazy. And this is like outside of like Black Friday wildness where like remember a couple years ago or a bunch of years ago that one person got trampled to death working at Walmart or whatever. Yeah, it's super fucked, but this is in response to basically card collectors being absolute savages out there. In Wisconsin, at a Target, a fight broke out over Pokemon cards. And Target came out as saying that for the safety of our guests and our team, since it is top priority, out of an abundance of caution, we've decided to temporarily suspend the sale of MLB, NFL, NBA, and Pokemon trading cards within our store.
That's wild. That's how you know COVID is truly over in America.
Did it ever start there? Did they ever actually? I watched that All Gas No Brakes video.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's absolutely wild. People just going ham for these things. I went to McDonald's today and I got the Pokemon Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And they had like I asked the person over the speaker, I'm like, hey, did you guys like have problems like keeping it in stock or whatever? And they're like, not really. Like people bought one, whatever. They didn't have to put a limit on it or something. And then it seems like this is an America exclusive problem.
Well, America has tons of problems.
True facts. But yeah, so more Pokemon news. If you are one of the people listening who fought people over a Pokemon card, just
rise up, gamers.
Rise up, gamers. Let's go. Shout out your favorite slur, bro. Yeah, no, fucking go see somebody. Talk to somebody. Get some friends. I don't know what the fuck to say to that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, if you're harassing Target employees over a fucking children's card game, cool your shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, there's a couple other small news items I forgot about. PlayStation has announced 2 new controller colors for the PlayStation 5.
I'm surprised you don't want that red, baby.
It's red and black. I'll be honest with you, the black one looks better.
I wish it was like a gloss. Is it a gloss? Because on the
I don't think they've ever made glossy controllers.
I want it though.
No, you don't.
I want it though.
It's a fingerprint magnet.
Hell yeah.
And you know, with the only thing that touches those things,
your fingers.
Exactly.
Yeah, baby.
There's a reason why they don't make glossy controllers. Yeah, they look all right. To be honest, I'm like more in the I want like a pastel-y color. Like, you know, like the Animal Crossing Switch with those like pastel blue and green. Yeah. I want that, but in purple.
Those are cool. I'd like those.
Or like an orange.
Yeah, like I want like a gloss would be nice. Like a super matte would be pretty good.
Yeah.
But the realest one, the realest one you want is
no.
see-through fun colors, baby. You want that atomic orange.
No.
Come on.
No.
Why not?
No. No.
You want that see-through neon green, baby.
I really don't. Just give me gray. That's all I want.
I want to see those actuators moving.
I just want all stainless steel. That's what I want. That's it.
Like just steel controller?
Yeah, just steel.
What, so you can throw it at your TV?
Maybe.
And it shatters your wall?
Sure. Why not?
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Just want to steal one.
Carbon fiber controllers want fast.
I'm not... Okay, I'll say it right now. I actually do not like the look of carbon fiber.
What about carbotanium?
Like, you know, like the weave? Yeah. I hate that look.
But you can get all kinds of different weave. There's no weave in carbon fiber that you like?
I don't like the look of the carbon fiber weave.
All right.
I accept that it is the greatest property to build stuff out of, but please paint it.
That's not what Pagani thinks. That's not what Pagani thinks.
Listen, I know. I've been looking at expensive bikes, and you know what the best bikes you can buy are?
What?
Unpainted raw carbon fiber.
Yeah, baby. That paint's extra weight.
I know. It's like a whole 100 grams.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Look, I lost on that hill because of those 100 grams, straight up.
Apparently. All right. I think a couple weeks or months ago, I said that Nintendo had something about the Switch might be in shortage at some point this year.
Yeah.
Well, it's here.
The shortage?
The shortage of the Switch is here. Yeah. And Nintendo has announced they physically cannot make enough Switches for the world to buy.
Oh, baby, just wiping their tears with $100 bills. Like, what the fuck?
So, if you didn't heed my advice earlier...
Got a Switch.
Yeah, well, I don't know to tell you, man. Good luck.
Did you ever read about why there's such a chip shortage?
Yeah, it's based on previous allocations they had set.
No, like, previous allocations that the company set.
Yeah. Yes.
But you know, like, the people who manufacture those chips.
What about them?
So it turns out the majority of those companies, like a Foxconn or whatever, they all transitioned over to the expensive, high profit margin chips.
Oh, yeah.
And no one is making the lower end chips. So everyone has an abundance of, like, you need the specialty chip that costs $1 bajillion and makes us more money. We got those. But it's like, hey, we also need these lower end chips and capacitors and stuff to, like, make the whole thing work. And they're like, oh shit, oops. Like,
explains why phones are so easy to buy still.
Yeah.
Right? That's why you can buy your $2,000 phone, no problem. You know?
But if you want anything else.
Yeah, man. But you want that NVIDIA 330 series graphics card?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of wild that just, like, globally people were just like, fuck it, we're just gonna make high profit margin chips.
Yeah. And
greed fucked over the whole system.
Yep. What are your thoughts on Battlefield?
I like Battlefield, and I get excited about every Battlefield that comes out, and I'm always disappointed.
Battlefield 6 has teasing a potential June reveal, so obviously E3. I didn't realize Battlefield was still a thing, and I
It-
kind of lost track of the numbers because I thought the last Battlefield was 1.
I don't know if that was like counted as mainline because that was like WW2.
It literally
WW1.
says Battlefield 1.
Yeah, but that was World War One.
How can the next one not be 2?
They probably did a World War.
That's
II
a
one.
marketing nightmare.
That's Battlefield 1942.
From the guys who brought you Battlefield 1, here's Battlefield 6.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Honestly, I have not enjoyed a Battlefield since 2142.
You didn't like Bad Company?
I never played Bad Company.
Oh, buddy, you missed out.
I think I rented Bad Company 1, but I never played 2. I just bought 2 off of a Steam sale. I haven't installed it yet, but
Bad Company was awesome.
that's what I keep hearing.
Bad Company was...
You like blow up a bunch of walls and shit. That was pretty fun.
Dude, you could snipe with the shotguns because there was no bullet drop.
Yeah, that was dumb.
It was awesome.
Not gonna lie.
That was awesome.
But yeah, the last one I played, like I was in a clan, was Battlefield 2142.
Oh, wow.
I got the bonus item on my knife because when you killed someone with your knife in that game, you get their dog tag.
Yep.
I got enough dog tags to where I got the dog tag on the end of my knife in
Whoa.
Battlefield 2042.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
wild, man. I'm not gonna say that I have a console allegiance or anything. You know,
Yeah.
in my world, I just whatever I can buy.
In
I
your
buy.
world of abundance.
I just buy what I buy.
Yeah.
That said, I do not have an Xbox Series, whatever.
Mhm.
But every time, I don't know why, they always have cool announcements for the Series consoles. So you know how Xbox, the Series has the quicker zoom?
Yep.
Like anywhere you are? I can't believe PlayStation doesn't have it, but the quicker zoom in action basically lets you exit a game, turn it off, and then when you turn off when you turn your system back on, you can be immediately back where you were.
Yep.
It takes like 15 seconds to do.
It's pretty great.
Apparently they're making it even faster. So you can hop in 5 seconds.
Oh my god.
That's pretty cool. But the big announcement they made is that for all you retro fans out there,
I am retro, yes.
if you liked the original Xbox dashboard, you
did.
can use that on the Series X and S.
Bruh.
And it just brought up this whole feeling of like, what if Microsoft just lets you choose what OS you like, what OS interface
Bring
you want?
back 360 blades. Let's go.
And I feel like it's only a matter of time before that console will just let you choose the way you want to interact with it. And it makes you think like, how come this didn't happen earlier? But yeah, if you want the original Xbox dashboard,
Am I gonna?
you know, like the super green and black.
Am I gonna have to buy an Xbox Series
Like
X?
it is, you can have it, and it's so cool to see.
And there's like a huge backwards compatibility list with that system now too, right?
You could play like and they keep adding to it. So
How does it work again? It's like if you have the Xbox disc, it downloads
yeah,
a
download.
digital copy.
Yeah, so
But
basically
you still need the disc to confirm it.
yeah, like it doesn't natively play the discs.
Okay.
It just downloads the digital equivalent that'll let it run. But
He-
you need the
hell
disc
yeah.
as a authenticator.
Hell yeah.
If you had a PlayStation back in the day and you had one of those like Game Shark action replays with the spring in your system,
Yeah.
it's the same idea.
This
It's
is
like
mad boomer shit.
you
right
put in the real game to authenticate,
now. Yeah.
and you open the lid, and then you switch the discs out.
Wow.
Yeah, man,
That sounds awesome.
that is some mad boomer shit I just said. Holy fuck! Did you ever do? Oh, you didn't have a PlayStation.
I did not have a PlayStation 1.
You didn't experience the greatness.
I had an N64.
Yes, you did.
I did.
There you go.
I went from NES to N64.
Damn. Well, all right. So those were all my picks, I think. Yeah. Hold on. There may be one thing here. And then Final Fantasy Remake Intergrade is exclusive to PS5 for a minimum of 6 months. Take it as you will.
Okay.
Was that game like on Xbox?
Was it? Wait, I think maybe it was.
Final Fantasy VII Remake?
I think it was. Oh no, it's just PlayStation.
Okay,
So I guess it'll come to the PlayStation 4 eventually.
yeah, probably.
Maybe.
So
I don't know.
there you go. If you are into that, those are the hits. There we go.
All right.
What's your week look like?
My week has been school, baby.
Oh, you're back in that.
I'm back in school. I'm in that comics class. So I read a bunch of comics.
You did.
I did. I read Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man number 15.
Yeah, first appearance of Spider-Man.
First appearance of Spider-Man. I read 1940s Batman.
Oh, the original Batman.
The original. I read Incredible Hulk #1 from 1962.
Yo, that's a shitty comic.
I read, man, I gotta tell you, these old comics,
no good.
They're not good. This is one of those things where, like, when I play old games and I'm like, I appreciate this.
Yeah.
Right? But if someone was like, I never played this old game before, should I play it? I'd be like, how much do you like video games? Right? Like, this is not, you're not going to get like a sweet gameplay experience out of it. But if you really like games, you're definitely going to get a history lesson. And I'm definitely in that area of comics where, like, I think comics are cool, but I don't really like, I don't like comics, you know?
Oh.
And but it's cool to see, like, how all those, like, whenever Robot Chicken makes fun of comics, or whenever you see like parodies of older comics where everything's very fast paced and for lack of a better word, comical.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see where those things come from and what they were playing with in that time. One of them was like, it was a Thing comic. It was like a comic that was pretty much only focused on the Thing.
The Thing?
And this guy had a fucking, like, matter duplicator, or like person duplicator. And what he did is that he stole the Thing's body and powers.
Yep.
And he used it to try and infiltrate Reed Richards' science lab and whatever, and this whole thing happens. He's a change of heart, blah blah blah, whatever. But even in the 60s, these guys were trying to have, like, they're trying to make comics beyond bad guy does bad thing, good guy defeats bad guy, day is won, right? They started to try and put in more humanity into these characters, especially in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And especially in Spider-Man, where they have that they have the whole scene with the wrestling match, and then who should I make the check out to? Make it out to Spider-Man. You're gonna have a hard time cashing that check, buddy boy. And then he can't cash the check, right? And there's, like, the whole issue is Spider-Man trying to make money off of him being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it's really interesting to see those more classic comics.
Yeah.
But we're finally getting into newer stuff. And the one I actually really enjoyed was the 2006 reboot of Miss Marvel. In this one, Miss Marvel is just a fucking bombshell.
Yeah, black suit with the bolt.
With the bolt, long blonde hair, crushing it. But this is like the type of comic book heroine personality that I really like. Like, it's very MJ. Like, oh man, you're such a catch. It's like, I know. Right? Or like that, how's it going, Tiger? Like that kind of, like,
yeah.
I'm very confident. I'm still very, like, feminine in certain ways, and I know I can do things, like, just as good, if not better, than the boys.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. For this, like, whole thing, when we're reading a bunch of different Miss Marvels, it was about, like, female representation within comics and stuff.
Yeah.
And this one, I don't know, I really like this one, where they go into, like, the quote unquote post-feminism section, and it's just like, yeah, I'm confident. I know I'm confident. I still have my own problems, but who gives a shit? I'm cool as fuck. And that Miss Marvel, I thought was really cool. I kind of want to find maybe some, like, used trades and read more of that. But yeah, reading these comics in a very academic sense is pretty cool.
Yep.
Like, I have some, like, I don't know. I disagree about certain things.
Controversial opinions.
Controversial opinions. Oh my god. Especially when they talk about just female characters are, like, exclusively for the male gaze and stuff like that. And it was like, yeah, some are, but also, like, others aren't. And I don't know, my professor always kind of makes it seem like female heroes, even if they're like trying to be portrayed as, like, strong independent character, there always is some underpinning sexism. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of
okay.
It's kind of like a little bit too far for me. Like, I don't think everyone's really out to get you, that kind of thing. But So yeah, it's interesting. I like it. It's cool.
Cool.
I'll probably come back next week with some more comics that I
Yeah.
liked.
Neat.
I accidentally closed the Google Drive.
Nice.
Nice, good job.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, but I did play more PoE, just a little bit. I've been
Path of Exile.
Path of
for
Exile.
you first-time listeners.
I did play some more Path of Exile. I'm still using the same build. I got a item called Unnatural Instinct, where it's a gem,
Okay.
and you put it into one of your gem slots in your skill tree. You know that big ass skill tree.
Yeah.
And basically, the gem has a radius, and anything, any skill, small skill, so like a minor skill that is allocated in that radius does nothing, but you get every unallocated skill in that circle.
Oh,
Right.
so like, okay, I see. Yeah.
So there are certain classes where like there's a cluster of nodes, of the small nodes, that are super beneficial if you have this thing. And I learned that shit is like 10 exalts, which it's fucking expensive, right? If one chaos is the base currency, to buy an exalt you need like 160 chaos. So I had 10 exalts. And then what I did is I got the base one, and you can corrupt items. When you corrupt them, it either does nothing, it either adds something to the item you have, or it bricks the item completely, changing it into something else.
Got it.
So I took this jewel that was worth base like 8 exalts, and I was like, YOLO baby, and I corrupted it, and then I got a new skill on it that made it 10 exalts, and I traded. I'm like, I've never been richer in a league in my whole fucking life. This is great.
Wow.
I got like all the money in the world now. I'm like looking at like end game expensive items that I'm not even at. But the main thing I want to talk about is I finally got to one of the final bosses, like Sirius. I forget how to pronounce his name, but he's the president of the presidents. He's like the commander, the guy who like he owns the Atlas, baby.
Yeah.
So to get to him,
Yep.
you have to fully defeat every single conqueror.
Fair
Right.
enough.
And then in the Atlas it says like, oh, this conqueror is defeated. This conqueror is defeated, right?
Fair enough.
So I did that. I unlocked him, and I was like, all right, let's try this man out. Fight is tough as shit. Let's do.
Well, he's the end game.
He's the end game. And I was like, okay, let's try this out.
I'm assuming you got wrecked.
I got fucking rocked. Oh
Yeah.
my god. I got him down to like 60% health, and then I used up every single portal. I died so many times.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was because I didn't know the fight, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's trial and error. And so I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? Trial and error. Let's go for it again.
Okay.
I go to the lady who summons the Cirrus portals.
Yeah.
The option is not there. And I'm like, I go into the Atlas, and I look at the Atlas, and those conquer defeated symbols are gone.
Let's start again.
You have to re-beat them all, which means you have to find them in whatever region of the Atlas they're in.
Yeah.
You have to have high enough maps to activate them, and you have to activate them at least 3 times before you can challenge them again. And I got so mad, I turned off the game, and I stopped playing for like 2 days.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck this.
Wow. So you rage quit?
I rage quit PoE. I was so
Nice.
mad.
Proud of you.
So yeah. But yeah, then I got back on it. I mapped
Gross.
every once in a while.
Gross. Gross.
And then the other day, I got ahead on my readings, and I had some free time, and I saw Katana Zero was on sale on Steam.
I saw you playing this, I think yesterday.
Like last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'll grab that. I'll install it, and I'll check it out for a little bit. I played that game for like 2.5 hours.
What is that game?
It's a 2D hack and slash, I guess I would say. It's very inspired by Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami?
Yeah, you know Hotline Miami?
Oh,
how
like
it's
8-bit, 16-bit?
So this is 16-bit, but you know how in Hotline Miami the gameplay is I have to kill everyone in the room, but if I die in the room, I have to restart the whole room?
Yeah.
It's that.
Oh.
Yeah. So each level is like an isolated room, and you have to kill everybody with your katana. But if you die once, you have to rewind back to the beginning of the level and try again.
Is this that, you're not an assassin, right?
You are.
Okay, I think I do remember seeing the trailer for this then. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. The baseline story, without giving away any spoilers, is that you are an assassin called the Dragon.
Okay, Hanzo.
Right, pretty much. And you constantly see a psychiatrist who gives you a drug. You used to fight in this war, and you brought back your assassin abilities into like modern day cityscapes. And in order to help you cope with like the nightmares of post traumatic stress, he gives you this drug.
Okay.
It turns out that drug is actually something called Chronos, and it's like it's a mind bending drug where if you like die, if you have any sort of like severe injury and stuff, your mind rewinds you back in time to before it happened, but it's also in reality. So you gain the memories from the future, like precognition, and it's brought back to where you were before.
Okay.
But then you can like get hooked on this drug and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so the story evolves from I am an assassin getting drugs from my therapist to go kill people to what is this drug? Why is it being produced? What happened in the war? What do these nightmares I'm getting mean? And the story is like surprisingly in depth for such a simple concept game. But it's really cool because you have like a lot of different branching dialogue paths you can take. You can just cut people off mid-sentence while they're talking to you if you know what's up. You can. There was one level where I talked to a receptionist at a hotel.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, look, what are you dressed up as?" I'm like, "Oh, it's cosplay." Right? And we had this whole conversation about like how she likes cosplay and whatever. And when I was coming out of the building as cops were coming in, a cop stopped me and was like, "What are you doing here? Put your hands up. What's that sword? You got blood on you." And then the receptionist was like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk to that guy. It's cosplay." And then he let me go out without having to fight that cop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like branching paths that actually seem to affect the story in certain ways. And the deeper you get into the game, the trippier it gets because you learn more about the drug,
Right.
about withdrawals and stuff like that. But it's really cool. It's super fucking hard though.
Yeah, it doesn't like it looks like one of those like very simple concept, very very hard.
Yes,
Like-
very hard.
Like Super Meat Boy frustrating.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Not
Cool.
gonna lie. There's been a couple levels where I'm just like, fuck, what do I do here?
You playing mouse and keyboard?
I'm playing controller.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I've seen people play this game on mouse and keyboard, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, every time I see someone like if it's not like RTS
Yeah.
or like a shooter and you're not playing on a keyboard, I always question I'm like, or you're playing on a keyboard, I'm like, why?
Why? I beat Super Meat Boy all on a keyboard, but only because I didn't have the ability to hook up my controller to a PC at that point.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, like this is definitely a controller game. I don't know what people are doing, but it's really good.
Cool.
It hooked me. I was like, I'll play like 30 minutes of this game and go to sleep, and then
Cool.
2.5 hours passed by, and I didn't even like. It was just like that. It was pretty good.
Wow.
I liked it. I
Wow.
liked it a
Wow.
lot. Good game.
Neato.
That's I think that's it.
It's mostly your week.
Yeah. The other thing I didn't was in my Italian history class when we learned about the fall of the Roman Empire
Oh yeah.
and about the Dante and his Inferno.
Oh, that's right. That was a good book.
There's also like I forget I forgot the other guy's name, but there's like another poet and he recorded the events of the Black Death in Italy.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it's like there's so many fucking similarities to like how people reacted in COVID times.
I think if you look back through history,
Yeah.
because I think I don't know why I did that. Me and my boss were just curious, so we just looked at like things like the Spanish flu and like everything and like all the plagues and
Yeah.
like it's more or less the same.
Mhm.
Like history repeats itself. We all have the same sort of panics and reactions and whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, the only difference is technology, right?
Yeah, the main difference I know for like the Black Death in Italy was like even doctors were just like, hey, people are dying, I'm getting these weird growths and shit. And even doctors was like, I don't fucking know, bud. You're just gonna die. Like
Yeah.
GG, well played. Right? But when it comes to civilians, it was just like, yeah, half the civilians thought that getting fucking hammered every day at the bar would cure them. Other people were like, I'm gonna be a hermit in my house and only drink certain things. And then some other people were just like, I'm just gonna be like normal. Who cares?
If it gets you, gets you.
Yeah, if I get to it, if it gets me, it gets me. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of the same now, but it's definitely seemed less politically motivated.
Yeah.
There was no recounts of like people being like,
Yeah.
the hermit people are bad people. Like, if you wear a mask, you're fucking lame. Like that kind of thing. It's weird.
I wonder if, looking back, history will remember the whole like mask thing and like the agenda against masks.
I think okay, hopefully. I don't know, but I hopefully want to say that people will look back on that and then look at the anti-maskers and just be like, "You're fucking dumb." Like,
we'll see.
Like, dude, it's a
we'll
mask.
see. We'll see, man. But I can't breathe.
Go for a fucking jog then. Like,
yeah, man.
You can't breathe with a mask on. Like, maybe there's a problem with you. Like, maybe I don't know.
Cool.
Do some exercise.
Wow. Sad.
Am I fat shaming? Kinda.
Ooh. Ooh. All right.
But only if you complain about it.
Ooh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
If you're fat and you're happy with it, no ill will. You do you, baby.
Oh wow. You. Okay. All right. Nice.
So yeah, that was my week.
Cool.
What'd you do?
Well, it was Mother's Day weekend, so most of my weekend was taken up by Mother's Day activities. So,
what activities?
Hanging out with mothers.
All right, that's fair.
Right.
We had a special dinner, but not much happened.
Yeah, so like that's more or less where my day went.
Yeah.
Where my weekend went. So in the other time, I last week I talked about fixing my bike.
Mm-hmm.
So I fixed it. I went to ride it, but there was something really wrong with the back end.
Yeah.
On the thing with the gear, right?
So okay, you fixed your bike.
Yeah.
Only to have it break again.
I don't know if it was breaking, but like maybe the rear mech or the rear derailleur. There's like a swing bar where there's like two, basically pulley wheels that the chain goes through.
Yeah.
And every time you pedal, it moves to give you the proper tension. But for some reason, mine was flicking. Like as I was pedaling, every now and then it would just flick, and I couldn't figure it out. And I looked at it, took it apart, and I'm like, I don't get it.
What's going on?
So I was like, fuck it. So I just bought a whole new system, and I bolted that on. I was like, sick, perfect. It's like it's brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I'm buying shit. So I bought a new seat and I bought new handlebars.
Oh my god! All right.
So the seat I got is the difference is it's short nose.
Okay.
You know the part of the front of your bike where there's like the nose area?
Yeah.
Mine's just shortened.
Okay.
Why? So that you could bend over more.
Oh, so you just get deeper in the pocket, baby.
Yeah, and there's a huge cutout for your balls.
Okay.
So
ooh,
yeah.
I might want that.
And then I bought handlebars, which are arrow. So like instead of being round, they have like a arrow.
Okay, wait, hold on. Before we move on from the seat, what's that part in your crotch where it's like between your butthole and your balls?
Oh,
and there's like the line there.
So it starts with a P.
Like the tube.
I forget what it's called.
Yeah, that area. I feel like on my seat, if I sit too long, even with the cycling pants on that, like, and I get up for like a sprint or something, it's just numb. Like my fucking the in between felt.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like it starts with I want to say it starts with a P, but
But the question I have is, do the seats that split in the middle help with that at all, or is that just like a gimmick?
No, they do help. Okay. Like if you it depends on the person. Like for some people, cutouts are super effective.
Yeah.
For other people, it's not. I find them helpful. The only on all my bikes usually used to have one. My most recent one didn't, but then I went back to one with it. I was like, oh yeah, it's way better.
Yeah, okay. Because I was thinking about getting a seat for my bike, where if I want to go just like casual and not wear the cycling pants, just to have that cutout, so I'm not crushing my ass every time. But I don't know if I should do that or get like a gel cover or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, usually it's more about the shape of the seat and what it offers you. Like, I guess a big myth with bikes and the seats is that you think that more padding equals more comfort, and the truth is it's not. Yeah, seats are all made differently, and you got to get one that fits basically your butt bones.
I just got too much cake,
Yeah,
I'm just dummy thick.
What the number one advice I would say is if you have a store open, go to the store and ask. They usually have this thing. And it looks like a heat pad, or it's a gel pad, but they clear it, and basically they ask you to sit on it.
Oh.
And then when you stand up, it shows you in heat zones, or pressure zones. Like its darkest is red, and it goes out to blue.
Oh, okay.
And it shows you the size of your sit bones, and you can pick your seat based off of those measurements. And they ask you to sit on a couple different ones.
Yeah.
But this is when you can go into stores.
Does Acast recycle that?
All major bike stores
Okay.
usually have it, so like
Alright.
it's easy to figure out.
I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah, so I got a new seat, more aero aggressive. It's good. But the big thing that I changed was my handlebars, because the handlebars before they're just regular, they're round.
Mhm.
I got aero ones, so the tops are like they're like wings now. They're like flatter,
Yeah.
which is cool. But the big difference for me is I made them narrower,
Okay.
so that
Alright.
the idea is you pull your arms in closer, so you're more aero.
Oh, when you're in the dip?
Just all the time.
Oh, all the time.
Because
Okay.
they're narrower now, and the downside is it makes the cornering tougher, because you're reducing the distance of
Yeah.
because like on a mountain bike, when you have really wide bars, makes things easy to turn,
Turning
control.
like
Like it's
Madman.
super easy to control because you have way more let's say accuracy.
Okay.
Like you can fine tune your angle. When you have a shorter bar, suddenly small inputs become big movements on a bike.
Does it have to do with like fulcrum type stuff?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like you shorten that distance, suddenly it's like huge, the amounts, the effects. And so it was kind of like having to relearn how to ride. It could be my bike felt very twitchy and nervous.
Mhm.
Like I felt like I wanted to fall over. But I got used to it, and yeah, lo and behold, I look at my numbers. Oh shit, I'm a little bit faster everywhere else. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of biking, and then I got into play more Spider-Man, the PS4, PS5 edition. There's a couple editions they added, like they give you a couple new suits and stuff, and whatever. Going through that again, I love that game. That game's great. Game's so good. I thought I was just gonna do the main story, but I think I'm going for the plat again. So that's where I'm at, and then I'll probably move to Miles Morales.
Don't do that.
Why?
Because listen, we've complained on this show, both of us.
Mm.
Getting the plat in that game, while easy, sucks. It's like soul draining. Don't do it. Why are you doing it again?
But I'm 70%.
Oh my god.
70%.
Yeah, but getting that last like 30% is gonna take you just as long as you've been playing now.
But I'm
Oh my
70%
God.
away.
This bitch. All right.
Yeah, after that I got Horizon Zero Dawn I gotta do again.
All these brand new video
Yeah,
games.
man. Look at me, I'm a retro gamer now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that. And then finally I Apex Legends. I watched so many videos on Apex Legends.
Mhm.
I did not play Apex Legends this week.
I did. Oh, I played Apex Legends this week.
Because I really meant to. I think I saw you playing it there. I was like, oh, I'll ask. But then I was like,
But you didn't.
But then I was like, but Spider-Man's calling my name.
Oh my god.
And so I went to the other room like, Spider-Man has called
Oh,
my
my
name.
Successfully.
Yeah. So that's more or less where I've been at. Like other small things. Still watching Suits. Suits is great. I think I'm at the end of season 2. Suits is awesome. Anime updates. Everything I'm watching, it remains awesome. But I want to call it specifically SSS Xenon, because the latest episode, they ended on a cliffhanger and it's baller.
Okay.
So just check that shit out. The thing that everyone wanted to happen, I think, is going to happen. So look forward to it. Yeah, but that was more or less my week. Did you have something to say about Apex? Game's hard.
Apex is good.
Yeah. Okay.
Apex is good.
Mm. You better now?
I am better.
Oh, you Spitfire main?
I'm not. Oh, I'm I'm so pissed they're gonna nerf that shit. I was so happy.
They're also gonna nerf the bow. The bow.
Good for bow.
The bow is so good.
The bow check is nuts, especially in arena.
Yes.
It's too crazy.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go. You were gonna say?
No. I was gonna say the bow is crazy, and you don't need any upgrades for it to be crazy.
Yeah, it's just automatically crazy out the gate.
Yeah.
I've been playing crypto.
Yeah, all for that currency.
I've been playing crypto. That guy is so good. I like the drone shit is so fun. In battle, I thought it'd be very useful in arenas.
No,
but arenas is so small scale that it's really easy to spot the drone.
Yeah.
So it helps for a little bit, but then you're kind of whatever. But with battle royale, man, you could hide that drone in places. 30 meters is a long way to be up. And I was watching some like pro tip videos where it's just like, yeah, so remember when it's 30 meters, you don't have to be like looking at them. You can just put your drone 30 meters up from the ground and have it like facing directly downwards, and that whole vision radius will count.
Is yours, yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, crypto's great, but I have to play him with people I can talk to.
Yeah, so that's the problem with crypto. Like, crypto is the #1 worst solo character.
Oh, garbage. Absolute trash. If you have teammates that don't have mics and there's no communication, it's no bueno.
Yeah.
It's fucked. But his EMP's so useful. Like, I've third-partied people with the EMPs and just broke all their shields. And it's like, what's up, dudes? The fucking caustic nerfs are brutal.
Yep.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
They're like, there's no reason to play caustic anymore.
Yep.
The was it 30-30 repeater?
Yeah.
I like that gun.
That gun's good.
I like that gun a lot.
Like, if you... Yeah, I guess if you know how to use it, it's wicked.
Yeah. I was like constantly... I was in a firefight with some guys, and like Apex has really good like collision detection on their stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like on top of a roof, like shooting through a gap to some other guys, and they couldn't shoot back at me because I was protected by the stuff, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I cracked like a whole team's set of shields
That's
we're doing sniper fights and stuff.
Good.
It's awesome. And yeah, a lot of the other... Loba's busted. Her ults, what the fuck is that? Her bracelet changes are nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just drop, get one
Yep.
fucking ultimate accelerant, and you're like, let's shot, boys.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. So yeah, I don't know. That game's great. That game's good. The other thing I forgot is like, while I'm studying or while I'm reading comics or whatever, I've just been putting on Donut Media videos.
Yeah.
I watch so many of their fucking videos.
Yeah, they have some good stuff, and it's like stuff that like it's interesting how they keep the car stuff interesting without feeling like it's like, because like a lot of car channels get almost so
Up their own ass.
yeah, pretty much, and they get so deep for no reason. Donut, like, at least I like them because yeah, they definitely know their stuff. But they also know that at the end of the day, like, it's a fun hobby.
Yeah.
And they like to make fun. Like, I kind of want to buy some of their merch. Like,
I like their hat. Like, yeah.
No, they have one for turbos.
Oh, was it
Spinny
Boost
Boy?
Creep? Oh, Spinny Boy.
Spinny Boy, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want a Spinny Boy. Yeah.
My favorite is the fucking pop up and down headlights.
Did you
like,
watch the whole? He made the music.
The
video?
music video? Yeah, that's so fucking funny. I love that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was watching these videos and I was like, I was watching Money Pit.
Yeah. Oh, for this one car.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe I should buy a Miata. And I'm like, whoa, listen, I'm straight. I don't need a Miata. I'm good. But yeah, I watched their Pagani episode, the Up to Speed on Pagani, and like that whole thing where Lamborghini like fucked him at every corner, and he's like, what if I just made my own car?
Yeah.
And then they drove the Pagani.
Yeah.
And even I forget the guy's name. The main guy who does
James?
Up to Speed. Yeah, James. Even James is just like, this is the supercar company that I wanted supercar companies to be, where they just make like, this is pure heart of the car.
Yeah.
It is Lamborghini is not a like Lamborghini is now just like a thing to sell keychains or whatever.
Yeah.
And Ferrari's just like for posters and whatever. But like Pagani is like the true car enthusiast.
Yeah. Do you know when you buy a Pagani, they're all made to order?
Yeah, the craziest one I heard was like, there is a Pagani dealership in California. It is the tiniest dealership, but their cars sell it immediately. And they have a section in the corner of the shop that's like custom leathers.
Yeah.
So you can get custom seatbelt colors, custom seat. But nobody customizes their Pagani because they sell so fucking fast that they're just like, put my order in now, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like, what do you call it? Yeah, like Pagani will... They are the king of limited edition.
Yeah.
Because they're like limited of one. Because it's usually, they made it for one person.
Yeah. This
one
is
person.
the Lewis Hamilton, pearlescent, whatever. Like, and I'm just like, oh, I loved Paganis already, but now, man, my favorite was in the Up to Speed when, because like the guy who made it, he's Austrian, I think. When he's like, he even designed the side view mirrors to be like a woman's eye.
Yeah.
This man is turning Italian, and I'm like, ah, yes, let's go. Oh yeah, all their videos are so good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and especially their Money Pit one. I'm just like, maybe I should get a project car.
Yeah, because you know what, like, I talk about like spending money on my bicycle, which is whatever expensive, but like when you think about like buying a car, it's actually, in some instances, it's cheaper
To get a car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like you spend $1,000 on a car and then you go from there.
That's what I'm thinking now. I'm like, I know my Mazda 3 is like, it's kind of fucked now.
Yeah.
But like, what if I just learned how to replace my own exhaust?
Yeah.
Right? I just bought an exhaust kit.
Yeah. There's one thing it's in America, but basically it's a 24-hour race. But the rule is you can only enter with a car that you bought for $500.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, and like it would like, but then like there's obviously like allowances, like you can spend as much as you want for safety reasons.
Yeah. Get a roll cage, like get some bucket seats or
whatever, and like what counts as safety in terms of if safety comes to performance.
I need this ECU. It's for safety.
Yeah, but like the idea is you walk in with a $500 shitty car.
Yeah.
And you do a 24-hour race.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I've taken away from this channel is like how complicated newer cars are.
Yeah.
Like when I see him working in his Miata, and I'm like, there's so much space. Or even when they pulled the engine in James's 8.6.
Yep.
I was like, that. I look at this car and I'm like, okay, that's the intake, that's the radiator. I can like note where everything is.
Yeah.
But even in my Mazda, which is now like 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
It's so much more complicated.
Yeah.
Like the thing is packed to the brim with shit. Yeah. And in order to get to anything, you got to take out like 40 things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, I just want to be able to work on my car. What happened?
Yeah, man. That's how cars are nowadays. It's all about optimizing space.
No, I'm gonna buy what's that Mitsubishi?
Which one?
With the first flip up headlights?
Oh,
the Staria or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Starion.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get myself a fucking Mitsubishi Starion.
I don't think you can buy that. You'd have to buy the Ford equivalent.
Oh yeah, because it came over here as like a rebadge.
As the Probe.
Okay,
I think it was the
Ford Probe.
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna go get myself a Ford Probe.
Yeah, so because I know though, I remember seeing those on the streets.
Oh, look at that box, baby! Hell yeah! Yo, what if I downgrade?
You know what? Go for it.
What if I just start working on my car?
You should.
Instead of buying video games.
Oh wow!
What if that's my new hobby?
Man, that's definitely a.
What if I become a wrench monkey?
Oh my goodness! I don't know, man. You should do it.
We'll see.
I don't know if those are they're still in vogue, but okay.
What if I dual turbo a Ford Probe?
Wow. Okay, go for it. Do what you want.
I've always liked the idea of having a sleeper.
I like the idea of a sleeper. I don't know when I'd ever drive it.
All the time.
No. Like, and then I was like, because like the idea of having a sleeper car, and for context, a sleeper car is like a really shitty looking car.
Yeah, like on the outside, it looks like just a pile of garbage.
Yeah, but like performance wise, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And when we say outside, we mean the exterior and the interior where you sit. It looks like shit.
So like someone pulls up to you at a light,
and
they're like, "Let's go, bitch!" And then you rev your engine, and the turbo leg or the fucking kicks in, and they're like, "Fuck."
Yeah. So like the idea of having a cool sleeper and a cool supercar to me are one and the same.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, you take them out and they're fun to use on whatever day, but you're rarely driving them, and it's like a lot of investment for something you're never using.
I don't know. Like, listen, if I'm ever rich enough to afford a Pagani, that's my daily driver.
You're what? You live in Canada.
This is my day. I'm gonna 4-wheel drive. I'm gonna lift the Pagani. And I'm gonna get snow tires.
What? Yeah, that's what, like that's not, like I. Over the years, my ideal car has now become what is the most fun, economical, and usable.
Okay,
car?
What if I get a sleeper that's also 4-wheel drive?
Sure. Yeah, but what if you lower it? Then what?
What if I don't lower it?
Then it's not.
What if it's like rally inspired? Like it's lifted, but it's like not enough. It's not enough to where normal people would notice. So when like Joe Schmo down the street revs me at the light, and I'm like, let's go, and then I have the handlebar.
Okay, so you're driving a car that's insanely loud.
Hell yeah.
Right, and it rattles. Suspension is fucking stiff.
Hell yeah.
So, like it'll knock out your fillings going down.
I got no fillings. I don't need to worry about it.
Okay, sure, man. If that's what you want. AC's busted, I
don't need AC. I took the AC out because that's more weight.
God. All right, yeah, sure.
I got a winter coat.
You know what? I'm okay with I'm okay with more okay with a car that's not fast, as long as it's just fun to throw around.
Right.
I'm into it.
All right. Okay.
There you go. Those are. That's the episode.
Yeah, that was a tangent. I don't know. Cars are cool.
They are pretty cool. Anyways, if you think cars are cool, write in. Let us know which cars you think are cool.
What cars do you think are cool?
I will judge your selection.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Write in with your favorite car.
Zzz.
We could have like different categories. It could be like my favorite supercar is this, and it's like, listen, if it's not the Ford GT, I don't know what the frick you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll judge you. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you right now. What's your favorite Ferrari?
My favorite Ferrari.
Yeah.
You want the real answer, or do you want the like highbrow answer?
No, I want the real. I want your favorite Ferrari.
F2004.
The F2004. I don't even know that one. F2004. Oh, that's a Formula One car.
That is
okay.
Michael
I'm talking about.
No, that is the Ferrari.
What's your favorite
V10?
production? What's your favorite production?
They produced
Ferrari?
that shit. What are you talking about? They produced it specifically for Michael Schumacher to take on.
What's your favorite Ferrari that you can drive on the road?
I could drive on the road?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the F40.
Okay, we have the same car. The F40 is so beautiful.
Yes,
oh my
yes,
god.
yes.
It's the car I always pick and outrun.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Now that's the episode.
All right. Thanks for listening. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.